Challenger.
Hey, Frog Prince Rana here, and thank you for dropping by. Well, it was nice knowing you all. As according to all the messages in Facebook and WhatsApp, we're all going to die within 2 years. That is, if we are responsible enough to take the COVID vaccine. Hey, before just laughing it off, this information apparently came from none other than a Nobel Prize winner who has discovered the HIV virus. Let's see what the message is first. All vaccinated people will die within 2 years. Nobel Prize winner Luc Montagnier has confirmed that there is no chance of survival for people who have received any form of the vaccination. In the shocking interview, the world's top virologist stated blankly, "There is no hope and no possible treatment for those who have been vaccinated already. We must be prepared to incinerate the bodies." The scientific genius backed claims of other preeminent virologists after studying the constituents of the vaccine. They will all die from antibody-dependent enhancement. Nothing more can be said. Now, all of that is complete bull. With that being said, let me explain why. This whole debacle started from a video with the logo of Rare Foundation USA. On May 18, 2021, it published an article entitled "Bombshell, Nobel Prize Winner Reveals COVID Vaccine is Creating Variants." In the clip they shared, Montagnier claimed that COVID-19 vaccines were creating variants. This claim has since been debunked by fact-checking organizations. In the same clip, Montagnier mentioned antibody-dependent enhancements, saying the antibodies produced by the virus enabled an infection to become stronger. But on May 25, 2021, Rare Foundation USA released an alert that Montagnier did not say the vaccine would kill people in 2 years. The original video is supposed to be 11 minutes long, but the only one I could find is about 2 minutes. And in that short clip, at least the subtitle doesn't say anything about us all dying. At the same time, being an ignorant Brit, I don't know the language, so I can't really confirm it. I did, however, read the transcript, link is in description, and that confirmed the same. TLDR, Luc Montagnier didn't say anything about people dying within 2 years. That being said, what did he really say? Well, one of the statements was, "The new variants are a production and result from the vaccination. You see it in each country, it's the same. The curve of vaccination is followed by the curve of deaths." One doesn't have to be an epidemiologist to see how wrong that statement is. Simple truth is that the British variant emerged in the UK in September 2020, long before the vaccination campaign began. Sophie Lucas, immunologist and president of the Institut de Deveux at UC Leuven, situates the fact on a timeline. The first trace of the occurrence of the British variant dates from September in England in people who were not yet vaccinated, since everyone will still remember that the vaccine were deployed from December. Some thought it was way too fast, but the reality is there. The vaccines were deployed when the variant was already there and already spreading in the English population. It is absolutely obvious to me that there is no direct correlation between the deployment of the current vaccine and the emergence of variants which are of current concern. Viruses constantly change through mutation, and new variants of a virus are expected to occur. Sometimes new variants emerge and disappear. Other times, new variants persist. As a virus replicates, its genes undergo random copying errors, i.e., genetic mutations. Over time, this genetic copying error can, among other changes to the virus, lead to alternation in the virus's surface protein or antigens. This is especially true of viruses that contain RNA as the genetic material, such as coronavirus and influenza viruses. Simple fact is, vaccines help reduce the spread of the virus, therefore decreasing the likelihood that it will mutate and create new variants. The fact of the matter is, we have actual empirical data on vaccine and its usefulness. The safety and effectiveness of vaccines are under constant study. Because vaccines are designed to be given routinely during well child care visit, they must be extraordinarily safe. Safety testing begins as soon as a new vaccine is contemplated, continues until it is licensed, and is monitored indefinitely after licensure. There are many good resources, and honestly, Facebook Mom's comments are not one of those. I have a couple of other videos on vaccine origin and how it saved millions of lives. So if you're one of those anti-vaxxers, all I can advise is to get your head out of your arse and do some actual research outside 4chan and Facebook, and maybe look at some real data. In the video, Montagnier also discusses a phenomenon called antibody-dependent enhancement as a concern with the COVID-19 vaccine. That's a phenomena that happens when antibodies produced by an infection or a vaccine bind to the viral pathogen but does not kill it. Sometimes called ADE, it can cause people with antibodies to have more severe symptoms should they end up getting infected later. But what it doesn't mention is that ADE has not been observed with COVID-19 or any of the vaccines that have been developed to prevent it. ADE was initially a concern contemplated by scientists when they were creating COVID-19 vaccines. Animal studies were designed to specifically look for signs of ADE and did not find any evidence of it. There has also been no sign of it happening in the real-world rollout of the vaccines. With lots of experience with use of antibodies therapeutically, we have seen no evidence of enhancement. Dr. Stuart Ray, a professor of Johns Hopkins University's medical school, told the Associated Press. We also worried about the possibility that people who are reinfected might have more severe infection, akin to the situations we have seen with the dengue virus, and that also hasn't been borne out. So there is really no basis for the claim that's been ascribed to Dr. Montagnier. At the same time, maybe we should also keep in mind all the pseudoscience claims made by Montagnier. Shortly after winning the Nobel Prize, Montagnier started to make headlines when he claimed that a good immune system was enough to protect people against AIDS. He has also become known for being anti-vaccination and pro-homeopathy, and believes that water has memory, a theory that has been discredited by the scientific community. In 2017, in response to Montagnier's claim that vaccines are poisonous, over 100 academic scientists wrote an open letter that said, "We academics of medicine cannot accept that one of our peers is using his Nobel Prize status to spread dangerous health messages outside of his field of knowledge." And as far as water having memory, well, I'm pretty sure I have a video on homeopathy as well. And probably Australian comedian Tim Minchin had articulated better than anyone else. You know what they call alternative medicine that's been proved to work? Medicine. So please, for the love of Jews, stop believing and spreading this nonsense. Yes, Alan, I'm talking to you. Well, that's all for this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like, comment and share. It does help with the algorithm. Please check out my other vaccine related videos. There should be links both in description and at the end of the video. And if you want to be super awesome, please consider subscribing to keep up with my new contents. Thank you so much for watching. Wherever you are, have a safe day. Signing off.